Next up is Dr. DrErikaBrown. Dr. Erika is a pharmacist, a voiceover artist, and coach with over 20 years' experience in the pharmaceutical industry. She's navigated clinical trials, educated countless physicians, and worked across therapeutic areas from heart health to mental wellness, all while indulging in her creative side through dance, cosplay, and acting. Now, as a life and business coach, she empowers women to shatter societal molds, redefine success, and embrace joyful, purpose-driven lives. Quirky, bold, and full of surprises, Dr. Erika proves that joy is the ultimate prescription for a meaningful journey. Folks, Dr. DrErikaBrown.
Thank you for that introduction. Can I tell you all a secret? If you feel like you need to follow a certain career path in order to feel successful, or you need to have a certain title in order to feel joyful, here's the hard truth. You are likely setting yourself up to carry a weight that you don't need to carry. What am I talking about? Travel with me to the land of imagination, and imagine that you are just starting your adult life, your professional life. And on this journey, you have a backpack. Now, when you started this journey, that bag probably felt light and exciting. You were putting things into it that you thought you needed: ambition, credentials, that corner office with your name on it, and obviously, an amazing salary. And as time progressed, you continued to add things to that bag. But maybe you started adding things like comparison and compromise, this idea of what success should look like, or the notion that you need to have it all. And let's be real, we're not just talking about personal things. You are also likely adding work-related weight, the weight of overcommitment, the weight of unrealistic expectations, the weight of people-pleasing. And so over time, that bag got heavier and heavier, until one day you're asking yourself, what am I even carrying around in this thing? So let me ask this. Is there anyone out there that has ever felt that type of weight? If you felt that, just let me see a hand. All right, great. Because can I be truthful with you guys? I carried that weight around for years. I carried the weight of thinking that I had to be, do, or act a certain way because I'm a pharmacist, I'm a doctor. I carried the weight of imposter syndrome, the weight of perfectionism. And if you know anything about carrying a lot of weight for a long period of time, then you know one of two things is going to happen. One, if you're smart, you're going to take a break and rest. Or two, the weight and gravity of that bag is going to force you to take a seat. Now, I'm a little bit hard-headed, so obviously I went route two. The weight of my bag forced me to hit a wall. I had burnout, anxiety, health problems. I even remember being on a work trip in San Diego, sunny San Diego. And they gave me a balcony room, so I really thought I was real cute, right? But I remember looking out over the Pacific Ocean, walking out onto that balcony and leaning, and thinking, if I just lean a little bit more, I can let that weight go, I can let that bag go, I can just let my physical body go over that ledge. Now, for me, that was a moment of clarity, or what I like to call a trigger point. And a trigger point are those times in our lives where our mind and body is saying, we just can't do this anymore. And I feel like we all have these trigger points in our lives. So maybe yours was different from mine. Maybe yours was that day you found yourself at your house and you were screaming at your spouse because it had been a horrible day at the office. Or maybe your trigger point was the evening you found yourself crying uncontrollably in your car as you waited for your child's soccer practice to end. Or how about this one? Your trigger point was the day that you realized the quality of your work, it was declining. You were missing deadlines, making mistakes. All the balls that you had in the air, they came crashing down. So my question is, how do we move through these trigger points? And I believe that we can do this by embracing and tapping into 5 phases: inner understanding, peace, creativity, joy, success. So let's start with number 1, inner understanding. Inner understanding is about taking the time to start taking things out of that bag. And what I bet you'll find are things that you don't even care about, values that aren't even yours, habits and traits that were put upon you by others or by society. See, inner understanding is about knowing the things that bring you fulfillment and knowing the things that don't. And once you have that type of inner understanding, number 2 follows. Peace follows. A peace in knowing who you are and what you're about. And when you have that type of peace, you begin to pack a little bit different, a little bit lighter, taking only the things that matter to you and not the expectations of others. It's that peace that opens the door to number 3, creativity. Now, I'm not saying artistic. When I say creativity, I mean staying open, being curious, not taking yourself so seriously. Being able to cultivate playfulness, embrace failure, and understand that it's all part of the process. Which leads us to number 4, joy. Now, we all have joy within us, right? But sometimes we have to actively engage in it. We have to make space for it. And it doesn't have to be hard. It can be as simple as creating habits that bring a little bit of happiness. It can be as small as a joy jar on your desk, where you capture those moments each day that put a little smile on your face. You can even begin to engage in joy in the office. Consider creating a win wall, a place where you encourage your teammates to post about their wins, big and small, personal and professional. It's those small things that add up over time. Which leads us to number 5, success. See, once you have inner understanding, you've tapped into that peace, you are cultivating creativity and actively engaging in joy. Success, it looks different. It's no longer about checking all the boxes or accumulating all the accolades. Instead, success becomes more about embracing the things that lift you up and having the courage to let go of the things that weigh you down. So with that, let's travel back to imagination land for a moment. And I want you to imagine that backpack on your shoulders. But I want you to imagine taking that bag off, opening that bag up and taking out one thing that you no longer value, one thing that no longer serves you or represents who you are today. You all got that one thing? Okay, good. Because today I challenge you to leave that one thing here. Put that bag back on, and with that lighter backpack, walk out of here knowing that joy and success, they're yours to define. Your next chapter, it starts now. Thank you.
Dr. Erika, we need to talk because one backpack, I got 5 of them lined up in the garage. Pick one up each day and move on out, go to work.